The government's IR reforms are expected to pass the lower house this week, but key crossbenchers in the Senate are warning Labor they'll need to split the bill apart to get support before the end of the year. Live to Sky News reporter Joel Philp in Canberra. Joel, crossbenchers and the business community are both attacking parts of this legislation.
That's right, Danica. Look, the concerns that they share is that this complex legislation, which appears to will have wide-ranging implications, is trying to be rushed through both houses of Parliament by the government. Now, debate on it is set to kick off tomorrow in the lower house, and it's expected on Thursday there will be a vote, which is likely, of course, to be successful because Labor has the numbers in the lower house. But when it comes to the Senate, there's only 2 sitting weeks left of the year, and there are some key crossbenchers which have spoken out against the approach the government is taking, saying that this is a bill that has a lot of things lumped together. They believe that it should be split up so that the Senate can very closely scrutinise specific and more controversial aspects of the bill more closely. Here's one of them, Jackie Lambie.
You know, a lot of the bill looks really good. We know where the difficulties are, so if he wants to win before Christmas time, I'd suggest that he split the bill. I'm standing right there with Senator Pocock on that one because, mate, I just don't see how we've got the time.
A particularly controversial aspect of this bill is the so-called multi-employer bargaining agreements, and that means that employees across different businesses could team up and strike together across an industry to try to achieve better pay outcomes. But business groups have spoken out against this, and the National Farmers Federation has joined them today, saying it could cause more supply chain problems.
Some of these multi-employer bargaining arrangements, they're very complex, and while they might not specifically impact on farm operations, what they might do is potentially disrupt the entire food supply chain. And we've seen too often, in fact, over the last 24, 36 months, what disruptions to the food supply chain can do.
Business, and I think the crossbench are right to ask, what is the rush? This will not increase wages before Christmas, and they're trying to run away from the scrutiny because they owe the unions a lot.
The timing is tight, but the government is making some concessions. One of them is that those businesses involved on an individual basis would need to vote yes. So the majority of employees would need to vote yes if those employees were able to take part in these multi-business strike actions, industrial actions. The government says that they want to get this pushed through because this is part of their plan to get wages in Australia growing once again.
For a decade, almost a decade, the previous government kept wages low. We're in very different times now. The Australian government now says that low-paid workers need and deserve a pay rise.
But major energy and resource companies are this week kicking off a multi-million-dollar advertising campaign speaking out against these reforms. So it'll be one to watch this week. Danica?
Yes, it certainly will be. Joel Philp, appreciate it. Thank you.